Hi, welcome to LifeBuddy. This week I thought I would address those of you who have young children at home, possibly not even young children, but actually teenagers, who may be struggling with what's happening at the moment. We know that it's really difficult for us to be able to maintain our own resilience, especially at such challenging times. So I suspect you may be a little bit worried perhaps about how your children are managing. Sometimes I would say perhaps there's no need to worry and they will be absolutely fine, but you may have noticed some changes in their behaviour, and I thought I might give you some tips as to things to look out for. I mean, obviously the most important thing is that you spend time actually actively listening to your children and putting down whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're reading the newspaper or whether you're busy with the ironing, taking the time to stop whatever you're doing and really listen to them. If you notice that they're using some either displaying some negative emotions or actually using words such as I'm angry, I'm anxious, I'm frustrated, it's really important that you take the time to listen to that and perhaps reflect back to them with great empathy that you understand that and actually that you feel that way sometimes too. Exploring with them that emotion and asking why they feel that way is really important. Doing it in a gentle way, but by really exploring that emotion. What we say is that if you can name an emotion, if you can name it, you can tame it. The important thing is you don't leave them with that emotion, but spend time exploring it, saying it's okay to feel that way, because that's the way our brains work. They're designed to help us notice that emotion, but gently try to ease them away from that emotion and to think about something a bit more positive. So spending time listening to them is really important, and that's a great place to start. The other activity which I think is really important for us to do as a family, and that's to express gratitude. If you as a parent are expressing gratitude to them regularly, perhaps thanking them for tidying up the playroom to save you a job, thanking them for loading the dishwasher, or just doing little things around the house that make your life a little bit easier for you. When you express your gratitude, they will start to learn to express theirs too. But there's a little activity that you can do over the dinner table or just before you go to bed, which is really important, particularly at this time. And that's taking the opportunity to play something called the Glad game. Many of you may have read the book Pollyanna. In that book, she talks about playing the Glad game, and that's asking, what are we glad about? For the older children, we can talk about gratitudes. What are we grateful for? But just asking that question, what good things happened to you today? If they're in school, when they come home, rather than just asking, how did school go? Where you might just get a shrug of the shoulders. Actually ask them a really specific question. What good things happened to you today? So over the dinner table, or perhaps as they're going to bed, ask them, what is it that we're going to be grateful for today? What good things happened? So 2 tips there for you. And just finally, something else to just reflect on is the importance of developing perseverance when we're young. Lots of children will persevere with things that they are interested in, but perhaps very easily give up on the things that they're less interested in. And what we want to do is to develop that habit of perseverance. So next time they're doing something, why not encourage them to keep going, but start with the things that they enjoy. So if they enjoy playing with the ball, then encourage them to see how many keepy-uppies they can do in the back garden. That is encouraging perseverance. Bit by bit, as you pay attention to them doing those things that they enjoy and that they're persevering with, then it makes it an easier conversation when you're encouraging them to persevere on the things that perhaps they enjoy less. So a number of little tips for you to be thinking about, but the most important one of all is spending time listening to your children, taking the time to really notice the emotions that they're talking about and empathizing with them, but not staying in that space, spending time then getting them to come out of that emotion by encouraging them to think differently, to disrupt their thinking, or to think more positively about what's going on. So I hope those tips help. The other thing that I'd also like to encourage you to think about is purchasing this book. This is for younger children. It's called My Hidden Chimp by Professor Steve Peters, and it's a book that I encourage parents with young children, I would say under 6 or 7, to use as a guide to help you in terms of talking with your children about how they feel and their emotions can be hugely helpful. So, good luck.